Salatu wassalam ala ashrafil mursalin Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Brothers, my sisters in Islam, distinguished members of the press, let me greet you by saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is the text of the opinion of the Muslim community following a meeting of all Islamic organizations across the country held this morning. So this is to announce, to report, and to express their opinion at this press conference. And I quote, "The Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, following the expanded General Purpose Committee meeting held earlier today being 9th of November 2025, convenes this press conference on behalf of the Nigerian Muslim Ummah to condemn the recent threat against the sovereignty of our nation, Nigeria. We have not been emphasizing the killings of Muslims, not because we are not aware that Muslims are being killed, but because we did not see it and we do not see what was going on as a religious war, but a national security issue. The world is aware, however, that some Islamophobic and unpatriotic Nigerians had authored a dangerous script, promoted it in the Western circles, especially in the United States, and got the attention of the highest levels of the United States government, which are erroneously made to believe that there is a Christian genocide in Nigeria. This is very unfortunate. When the United States of America President, Mr. Donald Trump, labeled our country disgraced, every right-thinking Nigeria was concerned because an ally that is determined to help a sovereign country to completely wipe out the Islamic in quotes, terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. Such a country that is ready will offer to assist and collaborate with the country and not use such horrible language to describe a country it aims to partner in wiping out the terrorists. While a number of countries, China, Saudi Arabia, and so on, have also been designated countries of particular concern, the present context of what Nigeria will not like suggests that the plan is a pretext to destabilize our dear country, Nigeria. We reaffirm that there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. Under Article 2 of the 1948 United Nations Convention on the Promotion and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide and Article 6 of the Rome Statute, the crime is defined by a critical mental element known as dolus specialis. This is the specific intent to destroy the whole or part, to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnical, racial, or religious group. As such, there is nothing of such in Nigeria. For the avoidance of doubt, what Nigeria faces is a complex and tragic security crisis that brings immeasurable pain to all its citizens, regardless of faith or ethnic persuasion. From Katsina to Borno, and from Benue to Plateau, as well as to Kaduna and Kwara. Nigeria bleeds through gruesome savagery against Muslims and Christians, imams and priests. Non-partisan experts have refuted this blackmail, and Amnesty International, which methodically investigates the insecurity in Nigeria, has stated that there is, I quote, no evidence of a religious motivation, unquote, to characterize it as genocide. According to the director of Amnesty Nigeria program, he said, and I quote, "I don't think President Trump has any facts. I don't think he has had a very good briefing about the nature of this conflict," some unquote. Senior researchers like Samuel Malik of the Pan-African think tank Good Governance in Africa, some researchers, including him, have also stated that there is no credible evidence of a state-led or coordinated campaign to exterminate Christians, which is what genocide is. The genocide claim completely collapses when confronted with reality, context, and verifiable data. The Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project, ACLED, reports in its reporting of 2022 proves conclusively that the overwhelming driver of violence in Nigeria is not anti-Christian persecution, as Muslims and people of other faiths are also overwhelmingly affected. While President Trump and Senator Cross name radical Islamists and Islamist jihadists as the culprits, ISWAP and Boko Haram, the fact is that these groups are deviants whose ideology declares Muslims who do not join them as dissidents. Muslims are also their victims. As Amnesty International correctly stated, they kill both Muslims and Christians. They demolish mosques and churches. They don't differentiate. These terrorists are not our representative. They are our mortal enemies. The world knows that some of the terrorist groups being paraded as Islamic are creation of some non-Muslim interests. For instance, it is publicly acknowledged, though some people want to whitewash it, that the United States of America created Al-Qaeda, which is being projected as Islamic. Also, recently, a U.S. Congressman, Perry, testified that the United States Agency for International Development was financing the activities of Boko Haram and other terrorist groups in Nigeria and elsewhere. If the violence in some parts of Nigeria is not religious, you can ask me, what are the real drivers? In our own opinion, the first is ecological. As the International Crisis Group has detailed in multiple reports, how relentless desertification and drought, product of climate change, have degraded pastures and dried up water sources in the far northern Sahelian belt. This is not an Islamist invasion. It is a desperate southward migration of others seeking survival. This climate-driven migration forces others into direct and often violent competition with sedentary farming communities over dwindling resources of land and water. Historic grazing reserves have been lost to expanding settlements, and traditional conflict resolution mechanisms have eroded. This is the flashpoint for the farmer-herder crisis in Plateau, Benue, and other Middle Belt states in northern Nigeria. The second driver is criminality, pure criminality. In the northwest, northeast, southeast, and some parts of the southwest, banditry is fueled by the overlapping factors of poverty, mass youth unemployment, drug abuse, porous borders, and the proliferation of small arms and light weapons. Crucially, as researchers have noted, it is also driven by illicit artisanal mining of solid minerals. Criminal syndicates and bandits sack villages and displace population, creating an ungoverned space for their illegal mining operations. This is a violent, organized crime racket for resources, and there is nothing Islamic about it. In Zamfara, Katsina, Sokoto, Aziz, Muslims have lost more than thousands of souls to the same bandits who answer to crime, not tribe or faith.